Good evening, and we are live. Just about. Sound's not working properly. Ian's going to have to shout, which he's good at, and I'm going to have to talk quietly.
Which you're not very good at.
I'm not good at.
Hopefully you can hear us well enough. We're just having to run off the microphone on the laptops. We've got like 6 different microphones and we can't seem to get everything working. So it kind of brings us on to some of the subject that we're going to be talking about this evening.
Should we run the intro video?
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool, we're back.
And welcome. So what we do is we usually have like a 5 minutes catch up, just seeing how you guys are. We do apologise from last week, but last week seems to be still haunting us. We've got an issue where what we've got is we've had power issues down here at the workshop, stroke academy. So it's been testing time. So we didn't have power for about 3 days last week, and we ended up with a temporary generator.
Yeah, well, it's longer than that, wasn't it? It was almost a week.
It's just been it's been challenging. And tonight we left plenty of time to get ready for this evening. We've been in the office sorting things out, and
I had the laptop here, then the boys took it home with them. So it's just been the last 2 weeks has been a calamity.
Yeah, I've been running a lot of webinars. So I took this camera. This particular camera is really, really good. It's very expensive, but it's really good. So I've been taking that home to run webinars because I'm literally doing webinars Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Square Makes Sense Thursday. I've been running webinars to a certain extent for another group on Friday, running courses probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
got a weekend off this weekend though.
Weekend off. So yeah.
So yeah, you forgot the camera earlier, and I forgot the laptop. So yeah, we're doing really well. Anyway.
So who we got on?
It's not raining, Trevor. Someone's just driven past in a whacking great big van and just done a U-turn in the car park. So, Colin, evening, Colin. You all right? We've got Trevor's on, Andrew. Hearing okay. So far so good. We are a little bit late, like we say. So.
I mean, we don't sound too bad, do we?
Well, hopefully not. It didn't sound too bad. You can just hear the difference between your voice and mine.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, that's fair.
So what we're going to do tonight?
Right, we're going to run through a few things this evening. Firstly, welcome if you're new to the group. We don't really care about the numbers to a certain extent. We just like getting together with the community. Some of you guys prefer to watch this than some of the crappy TV that's on there.
Evening, Elaine. Hi, it's nice to see you earlier.
It's great when we get the community and the guys and the members and everything else drop into the academy and say hello. I had a text just now off Mark. He's driving down, don't know, the M5 I think it is, trying to get home to make sure he don't miss this.
Bless him. So, evening, Kim.
So in all fairness, Mark's been on the webinars for the past 2 weeks, so I'm seeing Mark pretty much, I think we're blowing his mind. He's finding it not hard to keep up because the way we've set it up, it is quite intense. You know, that's the whole point of running your own business.
Yeah. Hi, Salius. Evening, Sharon. Nick, Scotland, ? Pete and Tracy are in Scotland.
Yes.
Running courses with Craig today and tomorrow. So they're up there at the minute. Evening, Russell. Cool.
So this evening what we want to start with is, I suppose, issues of running your own business. You know, we were talking about the taboo that nobody talks about, which is the mental health side of things.
Mm-hmm.
We've spent 2 months with the mentor program through the Decorators Growth Club, and the first part we did was mental health, and we've realised that it's something that will actually run for the whole 12 months.
Evening, Tracy.
Every month we will reevaluate, go back, reassess, make sure, and try and monitor where people are going up and down, and trying to identify why. So this brings us as well. There was a few posts. Mark put a post up on Pens and Decorators UK, I think it was, and he was saying that he was really struggling at the moment with the mental health side of it. Some jobs cancelling, being let down. It just plays on your health.
I think this is where it's good to have a community that you can kind of chat to and people support you.
We, as a mentor program, obviously we've got very tight And it's surprising how many people have actually opened up with issues that they don't talk about, because they believe that those issues are quite unique to them. And then they realise that same shit, different day. You know, we all struggle with it. I am lucky, or I feel lucky to a point, because I share my burden with Lynn's. We share the grief, the hassle, the good and the bad, as a business owner, and we run the business. We do have members of our family now working in there. We've always said that it's not necessarily what we set up, it's not for them to come into our business, but we will always have the business there if it's something that they need to fall back on.
Yeah, or want to do.
Rihanna is doing our marketing. She's doing some incredible work. Trevor's got some great videos. Rihanna's done that. She's done Sharon's. She's doing all sorts of stuff. And she's kind of been in and out, but now she's in the business doing a lot of the what we call content creation, which is really good. So the point is of owning a business, the mental health side of it. You know, we've had 2-3 weeks of just testing times, and like tonight, we're just like, come on, we just roll with the punches. You know, we've been doing it long enough to realise that as long as we're healthy, we can generally roll with most things.
There are a couple of bits that I found when I was looking into it before. In fact, CITB do fund on the grant side of it. I think they do as well within the Skills and Training Fund if you've got money within it. But grant-wise, there is a mental health awareness course, which was really interesting and really good. But also the CIOB have done mental health in construction. It's a free course. You can do it. They say to do it over 3 weeks. You could do it in an evening if you wanted to. You do get a certificate at the end. I think if you want a paper certificate, you have to pay for it. But the kind of virtual one is free. And I'll put a link up because it was actually really interesting. And there's a lot of business owners there, but a lot of people from within different aspects of construction kind of comment on their thoughts about things as well. So again, just really interesting and worth a look. Part of CPD really as well.
Yeah.
To look into it.
I mean, one of the things that we talk about a lot when we kind of get down this road, I try to say to you guys, you know, if there was one thing that keeps you awake at night, you know, stomach churning, cold sweats, all of that, you know, what is it? And if you can identify what it is, at least you're halfway there to try and find a solution to get around it.
We always say, don't we, like Sunday evenings, we never sleep well, whether it's because, you know, you've got a full-on week coming or what, I don't know, but it's always the one night that's kind of broken sleep, isn't it?
Yeah. Mental health, what I'm trying to say, guys, is we're a community, and we all struggle with good, bad, you know, positive, negative. There's plenty of stuff out there. I say there's plenty of stuff. There's some stuff out there at the moment to try and help anybody who potentially needs a bit of help.
Yeah.
So
Evening, Jack. Hi, Paul. We've got Pete and Tracy on. I've actually got a picture of Pete, so he's clicked the link for me, and Mike. Nice one. Cheers, guys. I did a little video kind of earlier just to remind you that we were on, but obviously clicking the reminder and clicking the links, so it does make life easier because we can see who's commenting.
it makes it better for Lindsay because she knows who she's talking to. Me, I just talk to all of you.
Well, I can just say hello to, you know, people directly. So, evening, Bob.
Mr. Pickett.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good to have you, mate.
Yep, always a pleasure.
So, a few things we're talking about this evening. Well, this isn't new, but it is kind of new. All right. Some of you guys might have remembered last year, maybe the year before, that we referred to this little bad boy, which was the PR19, as the Mini Beast. And I know that some of the suppliers tried to copy it and even try and market it as the Mini Beast, which I thought was really cool. So this is something we've put together. We put this together through SMS spray supplies. To a certain extent, it is exclusive to us because of the way we've done it and some of the things that we've got. So this is the Kitchen Beast. All right. I've been after a small little unit that I can just take into residential and do the job. I always used to like my PR19. Unfortunately, I've got a problem with the fuse board side of it, so it's not major to rectify. It's just finding the time to do it.
Has been hammered though, to be fair.
It has been hammered, and that's me all over. I try and push them to the limit to see how far we can get. Everything else about it, the piston, everything else is really, really good. So it's QT190, so that's not new. It is the new model. I like it because it is a piston driven, so therefore I can obviously tighten the piston, I get more wear out of it, and I just like the feel of a piston rather than what I call a rattle pump. The thing is that I always struggled with spraying with the QT190, although it was very good for priming, doors, things like that. When I came to do the finer finish, which was kitchens, where for me it has to be absolutely bob on, because the kitchen is the one element that you're not going to get away with. I do see people having a go at kitchens, which I suppose is great. I don't particularly agree with it. I think it's a risk. It's the most important part of a person's home. It's the heart, the hub, whatever you want to call it. So you've got to get it right. You've got to get it bob on. And the one thing that I struggled with was filtration. And I've always believed that QT190, the one thing that missed for me, and I always struggled with, was the manifold. So obviously now we've been able to source the manifold. It didn't come with a gauge. Not that I go massively with pressure when we're spraying kitchens, but I do want to know where I'm at. So again, we've added the gauge. Brand new hopper. This is a new hopper design. This hopper actually goes live with Arista spray, I think, as of tomorrow. So again, the best thing about us, because excuse me, the involvement within the industry, I kind of put myself right bang in the middle. I want to be one of the first people to bring things to you.
This is the replacement for the manufacturer that went bust.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. This is more like a Tritech hopper than the old Q-Tech. It's great. It will obviously go around and it will wedge itself quite nicely on the side, so I do like that as well. So you can have it pretty much both ways. What we've done, all these parts are what we've added. This is ours. So we've added what we call a trim hose, and again, Icon the nickname. We've added our whip hose, which again, I think, con the nickname of that, and I've had a go at some of the suppliers actually trying to sell standard whip as a shoelace whip. It's not. That's ours. It does come a 360 gun, okay, but I've got a 380 just because it hasn't got a 2-finger on it, so I'm just waiting for a 2-finger to come. It is that new that I haven't got a 2-finger yet. So it's got a 2-finger. It comes with a clean shot, so we do have the clean shot, and it comes with a 310 tip. So we've set this up purely and utterly for spraying kitchens, furniture, woodwork, trim, everything else. Will it deal with ceilings and walls? Yeah, if you so wish. But the way we've set it up with the filtration, obviously the filters that we run in the manifold and the gun are specified, and the tip is specified, obviously, for kitchens. I've used it. I'm going to use it tonight. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to spray some doors, a bit of cabinet. It's a funky little machine. It's just a very small, compact, portable. Put it on someone's, I'm not being funny, put it on someone's worktop. Look at it. It's dinky, but it does pack a punch. And that's why we call it the kitchen beast. It's 240, so again, keep it nice and simple, residential.
Does come as 110 as well though, I'm pretty sure.
You can get it as 110. We just preferred that this model, we wanted to keep it simple. This is something that goes through SMS, spray supplies. Is that new? I'm still wrapping my tongue around it. So some of you guys have seen the fact that we've started selling the stuff. We've always had an account with these guys. We just didn't have an infrastructure to be able to service our members. It's born out of frustration. We've supported pretty much all the suppliers on Spray Makes Sense, those that have been involved. Some have come, some we've fallen out with and asked them to leave because we don't like the blatant sell. We want to try and make sure that suppliers that are involved do service you firstly with information. Well, we kind of do that on a daily basis. I've done for 9 years, so I think we're pretty well placed to know what we're talking about. It is born out of frustration, like I said, from suppliers that you do service their business to the tune of tens, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds. And it'd be great to just get a phone call, maybe even a little text, okay? And I know some of you are still out there, so maybe just every once in a while it'd be quite nice. So we now do these as bundles, right? We're not here to do cheap price, okay? There's plenty of places for that. It's bundles. Every machine you buy will go away with obviously safety course and actual training, online training, offline training, combination of both. Everything we do here is exactly what we've always done. Training, education, support. It's kind of what we do. I realised quite a few years ago that was kind of what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to kind of help the community. It works. So all I'm saying is those that are looking for a smaller machine, speak to Liam Burns. Anybody who's new to spraying and not sure, speak to Liam Burns. I'm not saying this is the machine for you, but we are now starting to offer more to our members because we want to service our members better than technically what some of the suppliers have been doing, and that's kind of where we're at with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this next door. Lindsay's going to entertain you. I don't know how.
Are you going to start spraying now then?
It's there on my board, so you guys don't see this. I've got. You think I'm so good? You think it's all up here? It's not. I've got a big board. I write everything down. I need prompts. I have to remind myself that
what you're doing.
Yeah, keep smiling. Keep smiling.
It doesn't say that on the board.
Yeah, no, it should have a big smiley face.
It should for you anyway.
Just above it, so I'm always conscious of the time. If you want me to go through other stuff, I'm more than happy. Is there any questions? Has anybody got any questions?
Not at the minute.
Throwing questions at us is really good. It keeps us kind of on our toes, rather than me just rambling to myself and Lindsay trying to just keep me moving. So I mean, if we've got no questions, it seems a good time to take this into the spray area, set it up. I can't turn the spray booth on, so it's not going to get noisy. Again, power. In all fairness, Steve Cooper at High Tech, he has been chasing me, I've been chasing him. We are trying to resolve, obviously, the issues we've got. It's a power issue, and we've just got to try and find the issues, the problem with it. But they are working with us, which is brilliant.
Cool.
Am I good to go?
Go for it.
Okay, cool. So,
I have no idea what you're doing, but...
Really? I haven't got any idea. Are you saying that you don't know what I'm doing?
No, I said I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, fine.
But I'm sure we'll fathom it out.
Okay.
Evening, guys. I've got a few of you there that I can't see. Hi, Martin. Hi, Paul. And I missed Dean. Oh, it might help if I turn the camera around, mightn't it? Or over. It might help. So I don't know what he's spraying.
Okay. There's a camera, you can tell.
Well, I have turned the camera on, but you haven't started.
Okay. I'll the machine as we speak. See if we trip the power.
Yeah. Every time we tried to do anything, it just tripped the power. So yeah, if we lose you, we'll, I don't know, try and come back.
We'll just head off.
Oh, will we now?
Okay, I'm just topping it up a little bit because I set it up earlier. I don't want to make it too heavy.
What are you actually spraying product-wise?
Product-wise, I'm just spraying Active tonight.
Just Acve, right?
Yeah.
Or just because of drying times?
No, just because I fancied it.
Okay, just because he fancied it.
So give me 2 seconds just to make sure. Aidan set this up.
So I think you were going to run a 310, weren't you? Frightened me then. So 310 tip, I think, was what he was going to have on it.
Just make sure I'm maintaining and embarrass myself in front of everybody. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, you don't want to be embarrassing yourself with tailing, that's for sure. You can do it with your spraying already. Yes, I can see you. So have you got some, here's what I prepared earlier?
If you say you can't hear me, you'll have to kind of fill some of this in.
Yeah.
Can you see the PSDR from there, Liz?
I can see the PSDR from there, yes.
Okay. Kevin had a problem with his PSDR this week, but he cleared it all over a bit because we've had this how long is?
Oh, crikey, 4 years? So when Carl came over to the P&D show first time, so when would that have been, 2016?
Yeah.
I think we got it. So yeah, I mean, like I say, a lot of people said that the tubes are really thin and that they're not surprised they run dowels through it. Kevin did have an issue with his. I think it was overloaded. I think he knows that. We've run loads of doors on ours. The key with the PSDR as well is to run the bigger doors on the outside and then obviously the smaller doors in the middle. So just equal distribution. Well, you've only got one set of doors there. Okay. I'm glad you know that.
Okay, so I was just going to do a bit of spraying. I want to talk about the SDR. Explain that it comes with a twirly.
It's not a twirly.
Oh, sorry, it comes with a spinner.
Comes with a spinner, but that's not a twirly. The only
It's got this nice little bracket for the hangers.
we need to try the new hangers that fit into the hinges as well.
Yeah, I just again more stuff for us to get through.
Yeah. The only criticism with the twirly is that the pole that it comes with it just makes the twirly too low. So we kind of adapted ours and added a bigger pole into it to make it a better height.
Yeah, I'm not going to get somewhere else.
Yeah.
So am I going to spray?
Go for it.
So again, just explain that obviously we've got this with the hot brakes. It's set at roughly about 1,000 psi. I've got 100 mesh in the manifold. I've got 200 mesh in the gun.
Right, so 1,000 psi you're running. 100 mesh manifold.
Yeah.
And 200 mesh gun filter.
Yeah, and a 310 tip.
Okay, and a 310 tip. Yeah, I thought it was 310 tip.
7.5 metre. You know the thickness of the horizon, so you can get that spec.
Are you running the 3/4 of an inch one? The 3/16 of an inch, sorry. Yeah. Paint capacity of the hopper is usually around 7.5 litres. There is a clean shot on it, Martin. Paul, yes, you would be able to put oil base through it. I know Ashley bought one just for oil, so.
Top tip pins for getting under the door.
Top tip for getting under the door, move the clean shot. Yeah, yeah, so turn the guard and then twist. Turn the clean shot, twist the guard. Yeah. Yep. Elaine, the hangers come with the PSDR. Paul, it's what we've kind of called the kitchen beast. It's a QT190, keep wanting to call it a PR19. QT190 with a hopper.
And again, what you do with the PSDR is just get your thumb on there, which is really good, really easy. Grab it there so you don't get it in paint.
God,
The thing about it is that the way the hangers are designed is that you don't get that spin element.
See, if I lifted the hanger up like that on my thumb, it would end up on the floor. 100% guaranteed. Yeah, the bonus with the hangers, with these hangers rather than normal ones, is you don't get the twist in on the door, so you can get more doors next to one another, because obviously you don't need as big a gap in between the two.
Do you want to do one of the cabinets or something up, or
If-
which one?
If you want to.
Okay, so again, if I'm spraying cabinets, I always use a clean shot, and I have it about 25-30 degrees.
So always use a clean shot with cabinets, has the clean shot at 25 degrees, did you say?
Yeah, 25-30 degrees.
You spray most of the time with the clean shot at an angle though, don't you?
I don't spray with that one personally.
No, I know you don't spray without a clean shot. I'm saying you always have it at an angle.
Yeah, I do. Experience is, what can I say?
We are working on the prices at the moment. Chat to Liam, so
Can you see this one?
yeah.
Okay, fine. So I'll just do a bit of spraying. You know, there's a lot to kind of know the way I stand, the way I twist, the way that we do it.
I'll keep quiet for this bit then if people want to concentrate. So you obviously wouldn't start on that particular shelf, but obviously just gives you an idea. It's not. So yeah. So note the angle of the clean shot. Just stops with the having any grief and stuff with the gun. Makes life easier. No, so that's still airless. It's the QT190. With the new hopper, we just got a shorter hose on it, clean shot, and the whip, etc. It is a cool little machine.
It's going to get a lot of use. It's a really cool. The price is going to be good. I don't get into that. I leave that to Lindsay and Liam to sort out. They do the manis. I just do everything else.
It's a really good introduction kind of machine, that one.
It's also it's a great little second machine. You know, I know when we first started with the academies and that, all the teachers and that, they just end up buying 2, 3, because they're just great little big kit to have on the side, whether it's priming and everything else. It was fine when it was just for priming. Now, it will do everything that I want it to do. Very portable. I'll be able to send 2 or 3 of these out on site. Very easy, and I just think they're very quiet. They're small, and the fact that if I was a customer, I'd be like, oh, it's quite cute.
It's little, it's dinky.
Well, some of the other machines on that kind of level, they're just a little bit noisy and a little bit aggressive. For me personally, that's all.
Yes, we are going to be looking at the PSDRs. The issue with them obviously is the delivery side, just because of the weight, and they're in like 3 separate packages. So distribution is something that we're looking at the moment.
We'll speak to Kyle. Kyle's great. He will get behind us, but I think at the moment they've got enough issues in the States, just like we have. So we'll wait till everything settles down a little bit, and then we'll talk about doing stuff. I was looking online on, I can't remember where, but this fella had these air cleaners, and we've seen similar over here. We were on a job a few years ago, and they brought them in to clear the air, and they were really good. Helped us loads, but these are small portable ones. Instead of being like an extractor, they actually just pull everything into them and shoot out clean air. They are really, really good, but I'm going to have a look at trying to get some of those as well. I think they'd be really good for spraying kitchens. Put a couple of those in the kitchen.
Yeah, because obviously extraction's fine, but obviously you've got to work out where you're going to extract it to. So
I don't like it. I don't like pumping stuff out of the house. For me, I've always had customers kind of ask me, what is it? Why are you getting it out of the house? Why don't you want it in? Why? In fact, where's it going? Whereas these air purifiers, I just think they'd be really good, because everything we spray, they just pull in. So we take that shit away with us.
Presumably it's just got a filter that you look at replacing.
I mean, they're really good. We've just got to find a way of getting them over it, that's all.
That was the Seven Oaks job, wasn't it? Is that what you're talking about? You can hire them.
Yeah, when we're working with Steve.
Yeah. Is it good for mist coat in a 2-bedroom flat? It would be absolutely fine. Obviously, the biggest thing it's going to struggle with is like really big ceilings. Because you're spraying uphill, but you're spraying uphill for a length of time. So yeah, big ceilings, it would struggle a bit more.
It does it. You're just going to have to thin the paint a little bit more. You know, it's not a big motor, but it's for me the money and the finish is always in the woodwork. You know, it just is. You know, I know that as a decorator, you know, over the years, if I was ever brushing anything, I know that 70% of the time taken on the brush wise is on the woodwork. So for me, it's always a percentage game about being able to spray the woodwork. But that was a time thing and a profit and an efficiency thing. Now it is about the finish. So I spray woodwork irrespective. That's it. Gets done. End of.
I think that's the problem with those black doors, is because we know the finish that can be achieved. You get frustrated when there's just even the slightest of blemishes that most people probably wouldn't even pick up. But because we're just uber critical, we'd rather sand it back and respray it. You must admit there were quite a few points that needed redoing.
Again, we said there, you know, testing 2 weeks, the black doors were. In all fairness, it was down to what was on there previously when they came out of the factory. Never had it before. Liam, who's my eldest, he's been working in the business a good few years, but he's always kind of been the helper. He's either helped me spray or he's helped my guys spray. Now he's actually the technically one of the chief sprayers.
He's thrown him in at the deep end.
He's freaking grown so much from his own mistakes and he's actually seen that he does want it better. So he wasn't happy. Do it again. He's grown loads, and that in itself is really good.
As long as we have paint for it.
Well, if we don't, we just order more. And the client was very good. The client was very like, look, I understand, it's fine.
Yeah.
We literally sprayed them last Monday. We'd got the heaters in there, we got the ambient temperature up, it was nice. He sprayed them. It was just right. Next thing, power went off. Temperature dropped. And if anybody has had this before, if you're spraying dark colours and the temperature drops rapid, they bloom, and you end up with this white.
Looks like water damage to a point.
It's horrible. So when we finally got power back on Thursday, Friday, can't remember, sand them, start again.
They've gone back now though, so we haven't heard anything. They were fitted yesterday, so fingers crossed.
Zip. Okay.
So yeah, that is the little kitchen beast. So the QT 190, but it's got some extra bits and pieces on it.
It's SMS spray supplies special. It's one of ours. Right, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go straight to top tip on this one. I'll come back to the how. It's funny. I was every morning we get up. I'm generally working till 10. Well, we both are. Fairness, you worked a little bit later last night because I'm running the webinars every night. I generally don't finish till about 10:30.
It means he makes me feel guilty, and I have to work as well, just on other stuff.
So this week I was reading the post one morning. I saw this post from Arthur. Arthur.
There's been a few this week actually about hoses and bits like that.
It's really weird because we've been promoting obviously safety and teaching people online, offline, everything else about the dangers of using some of these airless machines because obviously they're high pressure. And it's really weird. It's not until you see something like Arthur's post asking about it, you're thinking, oh my God, you forget that you've had so many new members joining the community that they've not yet had this.
Or seen the hazards involved in it.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the suppliers do what they do and the manufacturers do what they do. But to be fair, they don't actually back it up with proper training, not when it comes to the safety side. I'll fall out with suppliers all day long about it and manufacturers because the safety side is, for me, paramount.
To be fair though, like we've spoken to Andy Bullock at Graco and he's even got on to the HSE to see if there's something that can be done. And the HSE turned around to him and said that there haven't been enough accidents noted.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, but I still think there's an obligation to, wherever you buy your machine, should come with at least some training. We designed an online course probably 2-3 years ago. It's there, it's free. We don't bang on about it.
We revamped it at the beginning of the first lockdown, didn't we? But it's been there for a lot of years.
Absolutely, and we say to suppliers, look, send people there. I don't care. I'd rather them know the dangers and at least the precautions of what you do. So what we've got on the top tip side of it, Lindsay's got a link.
I'll put the links up at the end like I usually do.
And credit to Josh down at Spirit Direct. He did a really cool video of actually shooting into pigskin. Some of you have seen it, and it is a really cool video, very informative, and to be fair, ballsy. I mean, really ballsy from a supplier to actually talk about things like that.
Well, we heard a rumour that a supplier had said that they don't like telling the customers about the safety side of it in case it puts them off buying a machine, which is just ridiculous.
I won't say a weak supply, but yeah. And I heard that literally from the horse's mouth to a certain extent. I was a little bit like, okay, whatever.
I will put the links to the free course on obviously Josh's video as well at the end.
So for us, we offer, and again, this is why we do the bundles. We offer with every machine training, education, and support. That's servicing and support. So we'll obviously give you ongoing servicing, and actually we give you business support as well. We want you, when you take a machine from ours, to make sure that it only does one thing: make money. It makes money. It gives you a finish. And you know what you're doing. You don't look silly with it. You're not afraid of it. You're not scared of it. And you know how to make money with it. That's it. Safely. That's what we're after. End of.
Awesome. Cheers, Lee.
We've got a strong community that have done training with us and also have supported us for a long time. So they know that is what we're about.
Like Elaine says, every single airless spray gun comes with a safety card. And I know one of the guys on PTA support had lost his. It's usually on the dashboard of the van. You don't have to have it with you, but take a photograph of it, keep it in your phone.
Tracy was talking about actually making some own versions of ours, so we'll actually send them out free. We'll send them out with the stickers, the t-shirts, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll send them out, so you've always got them.
The biggest thing was people are always worried that if something happens, if you give them a card and something happens, then you could be liable. So, you know, I get it, but at the end of the day, safety is far more important.
Thing is with it, with the safety, there's also another video on YouTube. We've watched this for many years now. This is Ryan Thomas. He hurt himself. The interview is fantastic. Yeah, I use this video as part of your education, for this, and it makes me cringe every time I see it. It does.
Yeah, so it was done. Paint America
Yeah.
did the video, like an interview with him, didn't they? And they sort of ran through everything and exactly what happened. And again, I think the link's probably been up here a few times. I'll
Kevin
find
put
it.
up earlier.
Oh, did he? Right.
Yeah, Kevin
okay.
put it in Arthur's thread. Okay, Kevin actually put it up. So Kevin, cheers for that, because it is a really, really good video.
Yeah.
Watch all of it. There's a few factors there. One of them for me really resonates. Just whilst I'm on this, sorry, bit passionate about this. He says, does it not make sense to say to your customer, really sorry, paint everywhere, insurance will pick it up? As opposed to saying, really sorry, your husband, your son, your daughter is in hospital, potentially losing a hand, an arm, and their life if they don't get it sorted very quickly.
Yeah, Elaine, don't get me wrong, it's much better to have the card, keep it in your wallet, in your car, in your van, whatever. But obviously if you do have a copy of it on your phone, if you haven't got it, then you've always got it with you.
When we teach, we quite simply say the reality is quite simple for me. All right, when shit goes sideways, okay, and you think you've hurt yourself or one of your team has, all right, you're going to panic. All right, don't wait for 999. Just get in it. Just get to the hospital. Time is of essence in this scenario. Okay, you will forget it. But I swear to God, you won't go anywhere without your phone. You won't. And when you get there, show them the card. Don't sit down in A&E. Don't. All right? Kick off. Kick off. Say, you need to read this. You need to understand. I don't need to see a doctor. All right? I don't need to see a nurse. I need to see a surgeon.
I think that's the thing. Because there aren't so many kind of reports of it, a lot of hospitals don't know anything about it.
Don't know how to deal with it.
And wouldn't know how to deal with it. So, Sam, it's the safety card that comes with any airless gun. It's usually in the box with it.
It's always in the box with it.
Yeah. Nick, you can buy a chainsaw off the shelf. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, respect to the guy.
Don't get me started on the health and safety side of it, please don't.
We bought a chainsaw, an electric one, off a guy that's funny enough got a unit down the end, and
so he got one on.
he went through all of the safety of it with us, which I thought was really good. Showed it to my apprentice the same morning. The post pops up. Yeah, again, and if you've got apprentices and you've got staff, ultimately it's your liability. If something happens to them and you haven't explained the safety side of a machine, then yeah, absolutely, you can be done for corporate manslaughter. So all apprentices, but then it's no different to all the ladder safety and the trip hazards and all of that. Yeah, but you're still liable.
For us, with some of the courses that we deliver, especially through the mentor program, health and safety is part of it. Why? Because we need to know, and we need to be prudent, and we need to tick the boxes. I still think that I think the economy's on a downturn. I think it's coming. We're seeing the redundancies filtering through. Those redundancies have come from the top to the bottom. So, I think you've just got to be you've got to be aware about all of it.
Yeah.
The health and safety in particular, you've got to be one step ahead of your competitors, is what I'm getting at.
There was a post up earlier as well about a guy saying he's got a pinhole in the last metre of his hose, and where can he repair it, and where can he get it repaired? Just a hose, once it starts going, it's no different than a garden hose. Once it starts going, you'll never get it back.
How much is a hose, just out of interest, roughly? 60 quid?
No, nothing like that. I don't think off the top of my head.
30
no,
quid?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can work it out, but it's not
worth
bundles. Just get a new hose. It's just not worth it.
I think I've got one in there that's damaged that I actually wanted to do a video, so we'll have to try and dig that one out.
Yeah, duct tape. Duct tape wouldn't hold I mean, even 1,000 psi.
Minimum 1,000. You've got to remember that you're in the UK, all the paints that are sold over the counter are generally told that we should be spraying at 517 at 2,000 psi as standard. Okay, 2,000 psi. I don't think I usually spray at 2,000, but that's what the UK has been told to start at.
Yeah.
All right, we've taught everybody to cut that in half for lots of reasons.
Yeah. We went to, so someone's just said gaffer tape, it works for aircraft, joking. We went to 3M, to their innovation centre, and some of the bits on the bottom of aircraft are stuck with 3M tape, basically, or like double-sided tape. But I wouldn't risk it, personally.
Yeah. I want to say what airline.
Yeah. Stuck together with tape, that sounds about right.
One of the features we want to do is, we're not just about spraying anymore, we're more about, now that you spray, we need to make sure that you know how to market yourself, how to run a business slightly better.
Well, lots better, not slightly better.
Yeah, alright, that's not, it is good. We've always had people hot on our heels copying what we do. That's not changing. People are here copying, and I think it's great. All knowledge is power. But the thing that we try to focus on in the Decorators Growth Club is what we call the how. Okay, I can tell you why you need to do shit. I can tell you what you need to do. But how is the only thing that actually does get shit done. Your tutorials, you're actually breaking it down into sections. That's what we focused on. So the webinar started 2 weeks ago. Have you missed out? No, not at all. And the reason is the webinars are also being cut up, edited into sections, so they're actually now accessible as online courses. And some of them, well, the majority of them are actually free. So if you want to go have a look at them, Lindsay will send a link. It is about starting you off in baby steps. Why? I was talking to Chris, who's my partner in the Decorators Growth Club. He is a specialist when it comes to online marketing, Facebook ads, social media marketing, etc. And he was literally talking to me as if I was a baby, and he's been doing that for quite a few years now. Yet it takes a while for decorators to, and I do know this, but it takes a while to understand what we do, why we do. It's not straightforward, and I think that's why people don't do it, because it is quite scary. I found it scary. Even today, he was showing me how to do a lead generation retargeting ad on Facebook ads. Okay, sounds complicated. It was. So it kind of freaked me out a little bit, but all I'm saying is it wasn't so bad because I've had lots of little baby steps leading up to it.
I think the hardest thing with Facebook ads as well is people are frightened that the ad's going to run away from them and it's going to cost them absolute fortunes.
He put safety procedures in straight away. I'm not saying they're hidden in Facebook, that's not the case, but they don't make it clear, because obviously they would like it if you went over your budget, obviously. So there's an element of, he makes sure that you do all your safety precautions first. When we do the courses, the online courses, at the end of it we give like a checklist, which is pretty cool. Number one, make sure you've done that. Next, you've done that. And it gives you a chance of working through so that you feel that you've done it. If you are a member of the Decorators Growth Club, it's in full access. You can go back and watch these videos for as many times as you want, whilst you remember. Mm-hmm. They're just there. So there's obviously two levels. There's the good stuff, and then there's the top end stuff. So you pay for what you get, same as anything that we do.
Yeah, so you can either pay for the webinars individually, or as part of the Growth Club, which is only $47 a month, you can access all of the webinars and all the past webinars as well.
We've had a really good uptake. A lot of decorators that are listening to the fact that they're hoping for the best, a bit like all of us, but realistically we're planning for the worst. And when things go south, they're going to make sure that they are already ahead of everybody with all their numbers, their marketing, and also their knowledge. So when everybody else starts panicking about work cancelling, starting to slow down, and then we're at this trough element, and then they start thinking, oh, I've got a market here, we'll have already marketed right at the top to just ride down and back up the other side. That's what we do. And if anybody wants to get involved, just like what we do here, training, education, support, seriously, the Decorators Growth Club is where shit gets done. It's as simple as that.
Marketing 101, always market when you're busy.
Yeah, for lots of reasons. When you're feeling good, Okay, it rubs off. Your customer's like, oh, he's a nice fella. Oh, he's really busy. Oh, bloody hell, he can't get to me till June. That's fantastic. Oh shit, what am I going to do? I'll tell you what, I'll drop the price. I'll look desperate. I am desperate. She knows I'm desperate. We all know we're desperate.
I'll email every day.
Yeah. If you guys have been in this game a long time, you know what it's like. 2007, everything else, we've always kind of tried to really push with the marketing, but this is a whole different level for us. So all I'm saying is, if you want to know how to get shit done so that you don't end up losing business, 3, 6, 9 months from now, it's there. That's all I can say. Come and jump on. It's down to you.
So, only a couple more weeks to go.
Yeah. Although we lost a week, it's easier for you. It means you haven't got to go find one of the clues.
Yeah.
I personally wanted to make you work harder. Lindsay said that weren't fair.
Well, we said 1st of April from the beginning. We will leave it at the 1st of April. It's not your fault that we lost power. So,
is Dave Carter on this evening?
If he is on this evening, I can't see him because he hasn't clicked the link.
I have spoken to Michael. Obviously, at Arista Spray today, I was on the phone for about 2 hours regards all sorts of different stuff, including the kitchen beast. I've asked him for the other 2 feet. I've got 2. Before this bad boy goes, okay, I promise he'll have 2 more feet.
What are we going to do? Steal him off another machine?
Yeah, I'll take him off on them over there. So this bad boy is the T5.
And it will come with all of the usual stuff. It comes with a T380 gun with the 517 tip and the guard and also a 15-metre hose.
It'll come with hoodies, t-shirts, it'll just come with all sorts of different stuff. It'll also come with training. So that's the other thing?
Yeah. Sorry, yes, Sam, it is the 1st of April. I did consider it being an April Fool's.
Oh, that was a bit of
a
little bugger.
Yeah, I thought
that was next week, April Fool.
I thought that was really cruel.
It doesn't apply because apparently April Fool only works till midday and then it reverts back.
So are we just gonna we're gonna do it after 12 then? Is that what it is? Right. Okay.
So I've spoken to Don. Don's on here as well. I don't know whether he's on this evening. So Don Applegate is one of the main guys at Tritech. I am trying to get Don to get involved, so he will actually hopefully pick the winner himself. So Mr. Tritech, as we call him, will hopefully pick the winner on first. So I've got to reach out to him. We had a conversation yesterday, so fingers crossed.
So what's the question for tonight or for this week?
Okay, you've got to go hunting. Most of you guys have already done the first 3 clues. You do need to listen carefully because some of you jumped the gun and some of you followed the wrong people. And if you haven't given us the right answer, you won't get any further. So if you're not sure, you can always go back wherever the previous questions for those that are jumping on now.
On the previous lives, so I've saved all of the live shows have been saved in guides. It used to be units in Facebook, it's now guides. Each week is all saved in there. You just need to go. I mean, I could make you watch the whole thing, but like tonight, it's usually at the end. Yeah, it's usually at the end. And look for my links within the group chat. Again, it's usually right at the end, and obviously that's the links to sign up. I will put them in again for tonight. Just quickly before you do it, have you asked Chris to put week 4 in the website? Okay. So week 4 may not be there until the morning, so beware. So
guys, don't do anything. Go find it by all means, but if you go to the website, which if you've done this before, it'll tell you. If you haven't done it, obviously there's a link that Lindsay will put up. You register first there, so that we can obviously get the emails, give you the right instructions, and then away you go. It is a treasure hunt, all right? It's not like turn up. It's a treasure hunt. If you want this is. By the time we've added everything, it's like $2.5 grand. So if you want it, then you've got to work for it. This is mine, all right? This was given to me by Tritech through Arista Spray because my previous machine had been in for a service and they changed the motherboard and they said, look, it's fine, but I want to give you a new one. I said, I don't want a new one. I just want my old one back. I want to carry on thrashing the shit out of it to see how long I can push it. But they sent it me anyway, so I said, look, a lot of people that are obviously copying us, okay, would do anything, beg, borrow and steal from machines, and that's great. I could keep this. This is mine. You know, I could use it at the academy. I could use it for myself. But I said, no, I want to give it away. So, you know, just to say, look, I don't need we already get support. I don't need to set the piss. So this is up for grabs, £2,500 with a training course plus a load of bits of goodies and everything else. What you've got to do this week is you've got to go to TriTech Facebook page, okay? Go through their posts, all their pictures. March last year, there's a picture out there. You'll figure it. March last year, okay, they launched a new machine. Okay, you can't just guess it. You need to actually be on that particular post. Okay, so when you land on that post and you know what machine it is, make a note of what machine they launched. Okay, last March, and you need to comment,
like the picture or like the post, yeah.
Comment, spray makes sense. Okay, and share.
And follow TriTech's Facebook page.
And follow TriTech's Facebook page, but you should have done that on registration anyway.
Yeah.
So those are the things. This is about us giving your visual support through social media for TriTech. Okay, that's all we're asking you guys to do is to get behind TriTech. Okay, we've done a little bit with Airless spray as well, so you've got behind those as well. But mainly it's TriTech. We started to put some bits with us. We're not interested. Let's just get behind these guys. All right, they're the ones that are supporting you. They're the ones that are giving you the machine technically. Okay. So that's what you need to do this week. Okay? March last year, what machine did they launch? And I know something you don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I know what's coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Exciting, actually exciting for two sectors, two groups of people. But hey, I had to sign with blood an NDA.
You've signed quite a few of them.
I have, yeah.
So basically,
what was that?
Prenup. What, to give me nothing when we split up? Yeah, that sounds about right.
A lot of grief in between.
Yeah, well, we've done that already. So we've pretty much got about 2 weeks left then to work out what the next thing's going to be. So any suppliers out there want to come up with something exciting?
The next treasure hunt is the Kitchen Beast. I'll give that away.
You're giving that away?
Yeah, all right, I'll give a Kitchen Beast. I'm not being funny. If the suppliers don't support us, don't worry about it. We'll do it ourselves. It's what we do.
Tom says a spray plaster machine. Perhaps we won't do that one.
Tom, it's not off the cards, mate. It's not off the cards.
Okay, sounds interesting. Evelyn, do the Graco contractor PC guns fit the other machines okay? Yep, absolutely.
And that is a shit-hot gun.
It is, yeah.
I personally love my PC contractor. I do.
Pretty much all the guards will fit on it unless it's an old, old style Wagner. The old style Wagner guns won't.
Which are good guns, but you do need a little reducer, that's all.
Yeah.
In the guard, not the gun or anything, just the reducer, that's all.
Yep.
So if you want this bad boy, get busy. If you haven't entered into the competition yet, you haven't missed out.
And you have to have answered every week's question to be entered in the draw. Only UK customers, unfortunately, due to obviously we've got organised postage.
It's gone that way. Brexit.
And what was the last thing I was going to say?
You've got to be good looking. A bit like the old Martini Cinzano advert.
Is that it? Right. Yeah. Only one entry per person, even though lots of people have entered more than once, only one entry will go into the draw.
And I am open to bribes. Me, yeah, Lindsay? No, she's a freaking nightmare.
I'm too straight for that.
She's too straight, honestly.
Someone's got to keep you straight.
Yeah.
Wicked. Right, on that note, we are going to make a move.
So again, guys, don't forget mental health. Obviously, support each other. Okay, look out for each other best you can. It's a funny old industry that we live in. Kitchen Beast, keep your eyes open because we're going to be doing a lot more with that. The how-to, okay, we are doing the webinars. You haven't missed them, okay, because what we've already done as webinars are now online courses, so you just go back and watch those already. Health and safety, don't forget if you are new to spraying, we do have the online safety course. It doesn't cost anything, there's no hidden agenda, it's all about training, education, support, and the treasure hunt, £2,500 worth of machine, plus a whole day with me.
Does it have to be with you? Can they not go elsewhere as well?
The machine's here, it seems silly, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I see, if they come and collect it.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay.
That in itself's worth £2,500 just to come and see me.
Really? I disagree.
Cool.
I beg to differ. Right, on that note, we're definitely going.
Right, thank you very much for coming this evening. Thank you very much for your support. Remember to click the reminder. We will send you a reminder throughout the week. If you're not here, it's pretty dull for me and Linz.
Absolutely. And I always mark it as an announcement. I try and do it Tuesday or Wednesday. So keep an eye out.
All you guys that are PTA members, obviously we're now moving over to the PTA support group for that lovely Q&A throughout the course of the week. Catch you later.
Cool. Night, guys.
Bye, bye, bye.